name's Jon Baker. I grew up in Arizona, and after moving to Alaska in 2005, I first came to Mexico in 2011 and enjoyed that very much. We had a great time. The food was wonderful. Being able to spend a few years abroad and learning Spanish to come down here and to experience Mexico in the desert, to be able to hunt with Hugo Mendez and Sonora Desert Expeditions was just a spectacular experience, and one that ever since then, this is my 4th straight year. Hopefully I'll be able to do that every year for the rest of my life. Would be great.
Hi, I'm Troy Boutonnet from Salinas, California. We've been coming down to Sonora Desert Expeditions in Sonora, Mexico for more than 15 years, my father and I. And we basically come back every year for the entire hunting experience. We look at hunting as more than just coming down and looking for a trophy animal. We look at the people that we're with, the food, the atmosphere, and we've found in the last 15 plus years that we've just had an awesome time down here.
You know, Troy's pretty much said it all. What he didn't say is a father-son experience. That always helps out. We get to spend a week together. It's just a great experience, the whole thing. We do kill some good bucks, and sometimes we choose not to shoot bucks, but we always have a great time.
I feel absolutely no different when I'm in Mexico than I do in the United States. People ask me this all the time. I come to Mexico every 3 or 4 weeks, and I've never had any issues in my entire, 15 plus years down here. We appreciate the opportunity to come down and hunt with Hugo and his family and the rest of the guides. The guides and the cooks really make this experience awesome, and we've met some wonderful people, hunters and other people over the years, and we continue to keep contact with them.
It's quite a cultural experience when you're here in Mexico. Hugo Mendez is a college graduate. I met him 4 years ago, and he makes me feel like part of the family. I can tell you this, coming to Mexico is, in all these last 4 years, I've never felt like I'm in harm's way. A lot of people ask me when I come to Mexico if I feel like I'm in danger at all. And it's more peaceful here than most places in the United States, I can tell you that. Typically, you're gonna arrive early evening, and if you'll have a chance to go ahead and shoot your gun and make sure it's spot on. And the next morning, you typically wake up around 6 a.m. Sometimes if it's a little bit longer trip to the hunting area, it's 5:30. Breakfast is a full course breakfast, anything and everything you want. Usually you're on the road by 6:30. The guides have everything packed for the day. They have their lunches. They're going to cook on a fire for you, your drinks, everything you would need for the day. The hunting here is more like maybe what you would experience in Africa. You're kind of in a high rack vehicle and looking over the desert. It's very difficult at ground level to see what you need to see when you're hunting, to see game. The guides are phenomenal. They've got eyes as sharp as hawks. Typically when you get to an area, you're going to be moving fairly slowly in a vehicle. You're going slow enough so that you can detect any kind of movement. Your day is spent spotting and stalking. Typically, I'd say a high percentage of the people that come here will harvest their animal from the truck. The thing that I would tell people is to be very patient, because there's so much vegetation, so many trees. It's amazing. But when you do get that moment, that buck will show itself. Typically, those bucks are trophies of a lifetime. I've had clients last year, Mr. Mike Anderson took a 221, another client took a 204, and then this year a 202. And so you have to be patient, because you have good days and you have bad days. You're waiting for that moment and you have to be ready. And we're hunting generally during the rut, which is the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd weeks of January. And while hunting then, you see a doe, you better be ready, because the buck's not too far behind. Hugo also really caters to bow hunters. There in November and December, he's got watering holes, he's got pop-up blinds, and it's really a new facet of his operation. He's really setting it up for archery hunters that want to come down and harvest a buck of a lifetime with their bow. Typically, a buck could cover over 100 miles in a day. Not very often will you see the same buck twice. The bigger bucks are on their own, and they're definitely looking for does. So if you do have an opportunity, it's hard to pass up this buck. You may never see him again. Why I love hunting with Hugo and Sonora Desert Expeditions is I feel that they treat the client very fair. You have a fee for the week to be here, and then you don't pay a trophy fee, obviously, until you shoot a buck. Most outfitters in Mexico charge one price, and it's one price regardless whether you shoot a buck or you don't. And Hugo takes care of everything. You can bring your own weapon. Hugo takes care of all the permits. There's no issues there. If you choose not to travel with a gun, he has nice calibers to choose from 300s to 270s. There's not a lot of pressure here. Hugo typically takes probably 12 hunters a season, but he's got over 150,000 acres to hunt. So there's not a lot of pressure on these deer. And I think the reason he's been so successful is because, you know, his background, he grew up with a father who is probably one of the most renowned sheep guides in all of Mexico. And Hugo has watched and learned from his father and has learned from the best, and now he is overseeing some of the best guides in Mexico. Well, the hunting aspect of things is typically most seasons are closed this time of year for everyone else. And so in January, when the rut begins here in Sonora, it gives someone an opportunity to continue hunting once their season ends. Other reason is that they grow big bucks. The desert buck is a sought-after trophy, and you can hunt other things. Coos deer, you know, typically you can find a coos deer on Hugo's ranches that score over 100 points. So there's another trophy, and then Hugo throws in a couple javelina for you. So if you've never taken a javelina, it's a great opportunity to take one of those as well. In most places of the country, it's at least freezing, snow on the ground, and here in Mexico, as you can see, today it's in the 70s and very comfortable. It's the experience, it's the people you meet, the music in the evenings at the campfire. You won't find a more genuine people than the Mexican people. They're very giving and very caring, and they want more than anything for you to have a great experience and want to come back and bring your friends. And after a long day of hunting, you go home and relax. The people treat you as if you're their friends and family. They're very fun-loving, easygoing, but yet very, very determined and very serious to help you harvest one of these great animals down here in Mexico. And so the experience I get here is a very authentic one. From the food to the generosity to the service that you get here at Sonora Desert Expeditions, and Hugo Mendez is authentic. The camaraderie and the experience is one that you have to experience for yourself. If you're looking for a world-class mule deer hunt, your choice is Sonora Desert Expeditions and Hugo Mendez here in Sonora, Mexico.